Okay, so this video today is about Shanghai and me biking around it. As you can see, my room is wonderfully tidy. This is the camera, you can see it on the head. Absolutely sick, I know. I look fucking cool. So, now, moving into the elevator. Was going to avoid this scene, but then I saw how much the woman opposite me is absolutely loving that pie. Look at that face. Not even start, doesn't even bat an eyelid with what I'm wearing, the mask, nothing. Look at that. Absolutely loving it. If I can get as much joy as she gets out of eating that, I'm going to be a happy man for the rest of my life. Right, now, getting to it. Off we go. And we're away. Going down on the bike. This is quite a nice area in Shanghai. It's called Laoximen. I lived here for a year before I moved away. I still live in Shanghai, but it's a really nice area in Laoximen, right next to Laoximen Station on line 10 and line 8. Really nice compound. Yeah, there's always a gardener doing trimming stuff, and there's about 30 cats that live there that get fed by the residents. So if you ever drop in by, why don't you pop in? You can always walk in through the gate. The security guard never bats an eyelid. It's always sleeping after 10 o'clock anyway. So yeah, here we go. As you notice, I may be doing something illegal, going down the pavement at the start. Yeah, coincidentally, a day after this, I actually got fined 20 RMB for riding on the pavement, so it's not something I do very often anymore. There's a young whippersnapper. Oh, and look at this guy's fashion choice in front of me. Lovely little bit of red to go with the blue. Black trainers. He knows what he's doing, doesn't he? What are they looking at? Probably nothing. Let's keep moving. Lots of people in the way there. But I mean, I'm really the one in the way. Pull out in front of a bus, why not? On the road, as we can see here, there is some mattresses or bed covers being dried in the pollution. Yeah, by the cars on the roadside. As you can see, there's a lot of law-abiding citizens. Let's see that one more time, just to be sure. So it's not just me breaking all the rules, it's just a common thing. On the right, this is kind of an interesting place on Shizangnan Road. It's got, they catch crickets and lots of those bugs that are really noisy that are in trees, and they sell them and make them fight each other as well, which is pretty cool. You often see a lot of people around buying those kind of things. Right, gonna turn right now onto a little alleyway nearby because we're heading towards Jing'an area. Now this street is usually quite busy, but today it's relatively quiet, which is fantastic for me. It means I can almost get by with little trouble. So as we go down this street, we're approaching Renmin Road, which of course is a really famous road because I famously got lost on it because I didn't realise that as you go down it, it curves, and then it curves so much and actually does a U-turn. And I ended up 5 miles in the wrong direction because I thought I was going in a straight line north. I'm a ridiculous man. Now look at this action. Oh my god, a bit of action on the right. Wait for it, wait for it. This is the most exciting part of my day when something like this occurs. It is a slow motion bike crash. Oh yeah. Don't know what happened there, but look, falls over. Cheeky push back up. Now let's look at that in slow motion to see exactly what occurs. Oh. Alright mate, boom! The bike didn't even move. The electric bike didn't even move, the guy just fell straight into him. And then, smooth, off he goes. Good lad. Alright, let's continue down the road. If you catch those people on the bike on the right, it's quite an interesting way to ride, isn't it? Without croggy pegs, as we call them in the UK. There's pegs on the back that will help you stand up. So you can have 2 people on the bike. Alright, so now we're going down Renmin Road, and I think this is the bike lane. I assume it is. I'm being a good boy and sticking to the rules, because that's what I'm all about, really. You know, I'm a rule follower. I've always been a rule follower, and today I want to prove that. So, going down Tit Road on the right, that's what, I don't know what that is actually. But I really like these little blue things. You just saw it on the right now. It's the little wagon that the cleaners use. It's got all kinds of tools in it. It's absolutely fantastic. Always wanted one of them. Alright, so I'm being a good boy, waiting at the crossing. Gently going to walk my bike over. to this road. Now, I'm actually not sure if this road is a one-way street, but I've been down this road quite a lot of times because there's an old man on the right, and his job is to fix bikes. I'll show you that shortly, right after I replay this man going past and almost scratching the car. Yeah, so going down the road, and on the right you'll see very shortly the guy. He's the bike fixer. Problem is, he's not very good at it. Basically, the problem is the disc brake. When the disc on the tire, the front tire goes into the disc brake, it goes in at an angle. So when it goes in at an angle, I can't. The front tire won't move around. So I give it to this guy to take a cheeky look at. He looks at it knowingly, pulls it apart, takes the nut off, and then decides to add 2 washers to one side. I think this might. I don't know. Well, I don't know anything. So he puts it on, puts the tire back in, and then moves it around a little bit, and it spins briefly and then stops. Now, I'm a little bit concerned because I look at the bike and I see that actually what he's done by adding 2 washers to one side is make it even more slanted, and it goes into the brake. The disc of the front tire goes into the disc brake at an even bigger angle. So it actually made it even worse. And I said to him, "Come on, mate." I got him to look in a straight line. Took a minute, and he had a look, and he realised, yeah, you're probably right. So I think, all right, it's gonna have a new strategy now to deal with this problem. I, like a little bit flustered, nip off to the shop to get a bottle of water. I turn around, and he's pulled the front tire off. He's holding the bike in the air, and he's grabbing the suspension from the front, one in his left hand, one part in his right hand, and he's pushing the suspension together with his hands. On this new bike, he's decided to alter the structure of the metal in order to make it fit the disc brake. I flabbergasted. I had to run over to him and say, "What on earth are you doing?" And like, I didn't know what to do. I ended up just like paying him 50 kwai and wheeling my broken bike away. So if you pop down there and fancy getting your bike fixed, not recommended. So after that, we're moving back down the street, and as you can see, lots of people walk on the road. The paths are quite narrow. And look, careful of the wheelbarrow. Show you that again. God, there's so many things to watch out for as you're going down the road. As you can see in front on the right, generally most people are actually sticking to the path. A lot of them don't like to stand on the pavement as cars go by. It's just part of being in China, Shanghai 2016. As you can see again, the light's not green, but people are walking past. It's just, kind of like everybody kind of just doing really what they want to do. Yeah, alright, moving further down the road again. I'm behind my mate in the leather jacket. Absolutely fantastic attire once again. I'm a big fan of leather jackets. We might be going the wrong way. I don't know if I'm going the wrong way or I don't know anything. Just a naive foreigner, or Lawai as they like to call it in Chinese. So whereas some of these things may initially appear as an annoyance, like people everywhere, it's a little bit dangerous. People complain about it a lot in China, but what I found really interesting is when people go back home to America or England or New Zealand or wherever they go back, they kind of miss the craziness of the place. They miss the excitement, the hustle and bustle, and like being on the street and seeing new things happen all the time. It's actually quite exciting being in such a lively environment. I know a lot of people that initially left China thinking they weren't going to come back, and what happens in a few weeks? Yeah, or a few months, they're back again because they love it. Can't overtake my mate there. There we go. Again, it's just fantastic. So many things going on, so much construction, so many cars, so many people. You see the family on the right try to get past the woman in the car. Beep, beep, looks back, nothing, doesn't care, doesn't move in. So let's see how to not give a damn in slow motion. And next up, we have the classic couple stopper, famously used in malls when you're going up and down the stairs. You know, they lock hands so strongly that no one can get past. Their love is that powerful. I must admit, when I was a young whippersnapper, I used to do the same as well. In fact, I found enjoyment out of holding hands with a girl while going up the stairs and not letting anyone else get past, even if they're in a rush. But that's just me and my sadistic personality. Now, I'm all alone in Shanghai, riding through the streets with a camera on my head. How times change. Hold on, what's our mate doing there? A child on his head, bag in the other hand? Multitasking. I like that. The Chinese are a resourceful bunch. Okay, so I'm just about to arrive at my class. So I'm not really going to show any of you where it is. I don't want anyone coming to stalk me now. So, yeah. So basically I've started making these videos. This is the first of its kind. I'm making these videos because I want to show guys outside of China what China actually looks like and what the people do on a daily basis. So if you like what you see, like it, subscribe, just leave a message to me. And if you don't like it, that's also okay. You can leave a message and let me know. Have a good day, everyone.